Okay, so welcome to the, let's see, hold on a second here. Spotlight. There we go. Okay, so welcome to the December meeting of the Historic Highway 99 Association. We well, start off with, you know what? This is our first year. We're incorporated. We started off in November of 2020, and here we are in December 2021. We've actually have accomplished a fair bit. You know, we recently, well, in November, or beginning of November, actually, we got the historic Route 99 signs posted in the city of Madera. We have, you know, in March, I think it was. We got the, well, in March, we definitely got our 501c3, as well as, you know, our official nonprofit status. We've also posted signs or replaced signs in the city of Calexico. We're getting things going. We have an in with Caltrans up in Caltrans District 2, where we will be working on placing historic Route 99 signs in Shasta River Canyon. That will be rather nice to see those signs there. Additionally, we are working on getting, we're in the design phase currently, but we will be posting signs at the Pine and the Palm just south of Madera, which I'm also looking really forward to, because it's one of those things where you just, well, you're not quite sure where it is, and you're looking in the median and, oh, there it is. Well, wouldn't it be nice if there was a sign that like was reflective that you could see? Well, that's what we're going to build. We're going to be posting. It's pretty cool. So, but a little bit of sad news is that in the city of Madera, one of the signs was stolen. Less than a month up, already stolen. Madera, the city of Madera informed me about that, and we worked on a solution. They will be replacing it, but we're replacing it further south where it is more visible and safer. So this is a good thing. So there is that. Now, one thing I will also say is, so we have a guest speaker this evening. He is with the historic Ukiah-Tahoe Highway Association, which mostly follows current State Highway State Highway 20, a portion of which does coincide with US 99W and US 99E. Now, the one thing I will say is he's been having some internet problems today. So hopefully this isn't an issue. But, you know, without further ado, I'm going to send it over to Michael Herman, who is head of that association. And he has a presentation to tell us. And one thing I will also add is I'm hoping he talks a bit about the US 99W travel guide, which, well, we'll discuss. So let's see here. How do I do this? A second here. I'm going to, here we go. Okay. So take it away, Michael Herman.
Yep.
Wait, did it? Well, like I said, he's been having internet problems, so I gave it away to him and now it's gone. All right. Oh, there he is again. So, no, there we go. Okay. Let's okay. It's all yours. Let's see if that can work. So if you don't mind sharing your screen, or let's see. All right, so hold on a minute
Yes, he
here.
needs to turn on his volume too. He still has himself muted.
Well, there is that. But like I said, there's internet issues, so well, they were able to make this work. Don't make me show you slides of my trip to Lake Shasta. You know, I know everybody hates seeing slides. Huh.
Not everyone.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I have 1,200 photos.
We have time.
All right, so now I see some movement there. Michael, are you ready to present? You will need to unmute.
There we go. Now can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not sure we're going to get through this because my internet was having trouble this afternoon. It went out about 3 times in 4 hours, but it's gone out about 4 times since we started this meeting for a few seconds. I think they're doing some kind of emergency work around my neighborhood. We can try.
Well, do your best and we'll figure out an alternative if necessary.
Okay. So my name is Mike Herman, and I'd like to thank Michael Ballard for asking me to do this presentation. The topics we were going to talk about tonight are the historic Ukiah-Tahoe Highway Association and the historic US 99 West Travel Guide that kind of came out of the Highway Association that I started. So my background is after 44 years of working in the engineering field, I retired in 2015. My wife and I had taken many road trips while we were on vacation during the time that we were working, and we just never had enough time to do what we wanted to do. And now we have a lot more time to travel, and so we've been doing quite a bit in the last 5+ years. So after retiring, my wife and I moved to a home that we already owned in Lake County, just about a half a mile from the Ukiah-Tahoe Highway. So other places that we've traveled over the years are the Alaska Highway before it was paved, Route 66, the Lincoln Highway, Yellowstone Trail, the River Road, which crisscrosses the Mississippi River, the Columbia River Highway, the Redwood Highway, much of US 99, and many other unnamed roads across the country. We always try to take the back roads when we travel if we have enough time, and avoid the freeways and interstates as much as possible, just because it's a lot more interesting on the back roads, as I'm sure all of you know. So the Ukiah-Tahoe Highway, when I got thinking about how to do this. So first of all, when was the Ukiah-Tahoe Highway built and where is it located? So it was built starting in 1920 and finally completed in 1932. The last section of the highway was along the north side of Clear Lake, and where the stone walls are, and you'll see a picture of those later. I know some of you might be familiar with them already. Shaking your head. Mm-hmm. It runs between Ukiah, California and Mendocino County to Tahoe City on the shores of Lake Tahoe and Placer County. The total length is 222 miles, and it goes through 7 counties. The current route today follows much of the existing route, except now has several different highway numbers. The current routing numbers are US 101, State Highway 20, Interstate 80, and State Highway 89. Much of the changes that were done over the years were basically just to shorten the route and to bypass some of the towns and take some of the long routes out that went around through towns, like where it went through Timbuktu and where it went through Sierraville and some other towns like that. So that's most of the reasons that it's changed, but basically it follows generally the same route as it always did. So starting in Ukiah, then traveling along the north side of Clear Lake and into the Central Valley at Williams, where the Ukiah-Tahoe Highway crosses historic US 99, then into Colusa, Yuba City, Marysville, then into the Sierra Nevada mountains in Grass Valley, Nevada City, and continuing along the north side of Donner Lake into Truckee and ending in Tahoe City. So the current route bypasses several of the towns to shorten the route, as I had mentioned earlier. There were also two major revisions to the road. And one was for when Lake Mendocino was built in the late 1950s, which substantially rerouted the route around that area because the original road went right through the bottom of what's now the lake. The other was a case of when I-80 was being built, and so in that case, nearly all of the original route still exists. And it is also part of it's part of US 40 and the northern route of the Lincoln Highway. And that goes over the Sierra Nevada mountains and across the original Donner Summit Rainbow Bridge, which we'll see a picture of here in a little bit. So all 7 counties along the Ukiah-Tahoe Highway had things for tourists to do and see, but they had to know that they were there and how to find them. So that's kind of what got me started with it. Excuse me. So we had the idea to do it, but we didn't quite know how to do it yet. So what were the things we were trying to do? So because we had a place in Lake County in the 1990s and already knew about the history of the Ukiah-Tahoe Highway, we wanted to get more tourism money into Lake County other than just fishing, primarily Lake County's tourist industry. Are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, primarily a tourist industry, but my picture changed. That's why I was asking.
Michael Herman, you are muted again.
That must be because it cut off. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So anyway, on when we were on a Route 66 trip, we noticed how some areas that embraced the ideas of the highway and what a difference it made in their local economies. And many of the towns along the Ukiah-Tahoe Highway needed help with their economies. So that was kind of one of the driving forces for it. So where to start was the next question. So I decided to start with a travel guide to see what each of the 7 counties had to offer, and then approach my own county of Lake first with the idea of embracing the Ukiah-Tahoe Highway system. Can you see my screen?
No.
We must not be sharing the screen right now. Let me back this out here.
So on the bottom, there should be a share screen.
Yeah. Let's see.
Green up arrow. If you click on that, it should go.
Okay, I clicked on that and it says host disabled participant screen sharing.
All right. Well, I will somehow fix that. Okay, give it a go.
All right, here we go. Yeah, that's the screen I want to share right there. Share. Oh, now can you see my screen?
It has said you have started screen sharing. That's as far as it goes. There we go. There we go. Okay. Oh, I love that railing. Okay. Might be an internet issue here. Okay. The one thing is that there has been a bandwidth issue, and this could be part of that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. This is a work in progress, apparently, we're, what's the thing, having technical difficulties, shouldn't there be like a, so wait, there we go, coming back. All right. Gonna do that again.
There we go. Now I'm unmuted.
Yes,
Can you see my screen?
yes, well, no, I see you.
Okay, now we got to get back
Go ahead
to,
and share again.
okay. All right, here we
Be
go.
a bandwidth issue, so
Yeah.
hopefully,
It's just something wrong with the internet here today on our end. Now, can you see it?
yes.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll try again here. So the ideas for increasing tourism in Lake County was boat rentals, hiking, bird watching, camping, bicycling, wine tours, Mount Canocti, Mendocino National Forest, and Berryessa Snow Mountain National Monument, tours of the geysers, which is the largest geothermal power plant in the United States, or actually in the world, and that's located right on the border between Lake and Sonoma counties. So there was a lot of things for people to do and see here. Unfortunately, we tried to do these things, and all we did was hit roadblocks along the way. The county boards of supervisors and their tourism bureaus just were not interested because it would take upfront money for them that they just didn't have. And all I was really asking them to do was to clean up the towns of junk cars, et cetera, sitting along the side of the road to make it look better, and possibly a little bit of advertising money, which I would think that the tourist bureaus would have. But I got nowhere. So I pretty much gave up. So since I got nowhere, although the Ukiah-Tahoe Highway Association still exists today, I didn't make much progress. But that wasn't the end. I had one travel guide and a plan for another, and that was US 99 West, because I had found that while I was working on the other road. Let's see if we can. I'm gonna have to slide this over a little bit here. All right. Excuse me. So when I was doing the research for the Ukiah-Tahoe Highway, as I said earlier, I ran across 99 West, and I drove on each direction of it a little ways, and it looked interesting. So I thought, well, I'm going to come back to this after I finish what I'm doing and see if this is worth a travel guide later. And I felt that it was after going back and looking more. So the history of US 99 West was that the US 99 highway system was built between 1920 and 1933, running approximately 1,467 miles between Calexico, California, near the US-Mexico border, and Blaine, Washington, near the US-Canadian border. In Northern California, between Sacramento and Red Bluff, US 99 splits into US 99 East, known as the East Side Highway, and US 99 West, known as the West Side Highway. US 99 East ran along the eastern side of the valley, connecting Sacramento, Marysville, Chico, and Red Bluff. US 99 West ran along the western side of the valley, connecting Sacramento, Davis, Woodland, and Williams, and then Red Bluff, where the two routes came back together again and formed 99. So today, historic US 99, which is 99 West, which is 160 miles long in length, goes by many different names. In some locations, it's County Road 99 or County Road 99W. In other places, it's called I-5 Business. And in still other locations, it has normal names like West Street in Woodland or Capitol Avenue in Sacramento. This is kind of an overall route of it. This is Sacramento right here, and this is Red Bluff up here. So 99 West is the green line, which follows along this way up through the towns on the west side of the valley. Excuse me. 99 East originally went up this way, turned over to Roseville, up through Lincoln, back down through the Yuba City, Marysville area, Chico, and then reconnected in Roseville. Interstate 5, which is right down here, this yellow line, came up through Sacramento and then basically follows 99 West until it reconnects at the north end of Red Bluff. So what does each county have to offer? And we'll start in Sacramento County. I'm going to flip this a little bit here. Get everything facing the right way. Everything's facing north. So US 99, US 99 East, US 99 West, and the Lincoln Highway all have a common starting point at the intersection of Capitol Avenue and 29th Street in Sacramento. That is right there at that spot there. So this was the old 99, US 99 coming up to here. This was 99 East going off that way. This was the Lincoln Highway going off that way, which also follows along the same route as 99 West does. So here it was 99 West coming along here, going around the south side of the Capitol Park and the Capitol itself, coming back up a block and going along here and here. This is Tower Bridge, which is up the county line. So there's very little road in Sacramento, but it's an important road. Today, this intersection right here is unmarked. And if you don't know where it is, you'll never find it because there's nothing marked there at all about it. And the road bed from the Lincoln Highway and 99 West follow the same route all the way to just south of Woodland in Yolo County. And all of the original route exists except for a few very small portions. Let's go to the next route. I think I'm gonna have to flip this one back over this way. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit too on this one. Oops, went the wrong way.
We will be working on signing that junction too.
Oh, good. That would be great. So this is a kind of a special map of Sacramento. It's a 1963 map, and it happens to be during a very short period of time when the interstate highway system was being planned and built, and there was some very short period of time rerouting of 99 West through Sacramento. So here is that intersection that we talked about earlier, where everything started. This is the Lincoln Highway coming here. This is the route that 99 West was taking, except at that point, it goes up here and down that route. Okay, this is 99 East, this is 99. This route here, which says US 40 and says 99 West on it right here, if you can read that. This is actually what is going to be Interstate 80, or as it was Interstate 80 when it was originally built. It then turned into Business 80. And so this route comes across here and then will follow this dotted line right here, as this is the route that Interstate 80 is going to be taking in the future. This is the one that is now called Business 80. The I-80 route is up here. It goes around Sacramento and they intersect out in here somewhere. This dashed line right here follows up here. This is the route that I-5 is going to be taking. So during this process, they rerouted 99 West down to start down here off of Broadway, come across here, then come back up, and they were right across here across Tower Bridge, which is the only way they could get across the Sacramento River. So for just a few years, 99 in Sacramento was routed differently than it had been for most of its life. So things to do in, where am I here? Okay, so things to do in Sacramento County is Old Town Sacramento, the California State Railroad Museum, Sutter's Fort State Park, Capitol Park, and the Capitol Building, and Tower Bridge is kind of interesting also. Let's turn this one back here. I'm trying to keep north facing the same way all the time as we look at these. Okay, we are now in Yolo County. Tower Bridge and the county line are just right here. The green line is the original routing of 99 West. The little red spots, which we'll look at closer here in a minute, are rerouted spots. These are the only three places that the existing highway does not exist.
Okay. Did we lose you? I got a funny feeling. Okay. Well, like I said, there are some internet issues. Hopefully we'll get through these. You see a mouse moving around, so there is some sort of connection. And then we lost. Okay. One thing I will say is that the guide that our host or our guest speaker is going through is also available free to any member of the Historic Highway 99 Association. So if you're a member, you can get this guide. All you have to do, I haven't set up a way to, or I haven't figured out a way to do it kind of automatically, but send me an email and I will email you. Unfortunately, we're having these internet issues.
I will be sending you an email.
And looks like we're back. Okay, so we're just gonna make this a thing. Okay.
Mr. Herman, please unmute yourself again. Thank you.
And for those that are unaware, Vicki Farmwald is also our secretary for the Historic Highway 99 Association. She brings a lot to the table.
There we go.
Thank you for that.
Now you can hear me? That just did.
I sort of hear, but I mostly don't. I'm not sure how to handle this. See what you can do with the internet connection. Well, obviously there's nothing you can do with that. And there we, okay.
All right, I'm going to be having a little discussion with MediaCom tomorrow.
Yes. Timing, unfortunately, is not good with that. Okay. Still with us? Keep losing things here. Okay. Well, the one thing I will say so far is
All right.
that, hello? Seem to have lost signal here. And the person, okay. Okay. I do apologize that there's been some intermittent communication here. Like I said, they were having internet trouble. Yeah. At some point, we may just have to end it, but I want to give the benefit of the doubt. So, Mr. Herman, you still seem to be with us. I see your camera, but I don't see any audio. I can also recommend using the chat function. We do have a chat function. And maybe we don't. Okay. But we may have to, unfortunately, we may have to you know, hopefully not, but there is a chance we may have to postpone this presentation, as much as I really honestly want to hear the rest, because I mean, I was in Lakeport in November and following a bit of US 99W, which in Williams has a really nice arch and a couple of historic 99 signs. And honestly, and we're oddly enough, a place where there was a convenience store right near the 5 on Old State 20 that had postcards,
Yes.
which gas from like had gas prices in the postcard. The view was of Williams, complete with the arch, and gas was somewhere around $1.05 or something like that.
Michael, can you hear me?
I can. So how do you wish to proceed? We can always postpone. It's not my optimum.
Just we I think because of the travel guide.
Unfortunately, you're not coming through. Can you use the chat function? And again, I do apologize. I know this is, you know, people have been looking forward to this. These things happen. I mean, maybe the 21st century, but we still have issues.
Just Mike, if you can hear.
Okay, well, unfortunately, we still seem to be having a lot of technical difficulties, so we may have to actually postpone our guest. So, gosh, you're way to end the year, but you know, things happen. Well, before we get that far, does anybody have any questions about things that have been going on with 99 or things with the presentation?
Well, I know, 99 West, I remember growing up, driving through the towns there because for quite a while there in the early 1970s, it was, of course, the 99 designation had gone away and it was marked as temporary Interstate 5. And I remember, and you watch, because, my grandmother lived in Cupertino. So we always went down as far as Dunnigan, peeled off from 505 and off to the Bay Area that way. But you mentioned the Williams Arch. There's also a beautiful arch in Orland.
Yes.
And
I think the 99W shield adjacent to it.
Yes. So there's some really cool stuff along that road. At the time, I will tell you, as a 12-year-old, I was more than happy to see the interstate finished because that got to be a really long drive in August. I don't know. But of course, looking back, you look back and say, it really wasn't that bad, and it was a lot more interesting, certainly. But very interesting to see what this guide looks like. And so I'm in the process of getting an email to you as well. So
Yeah, no, I've seen the guide myself, and it's well put together, and it's honestly something of an inspiration for me to get some guides for the remainder of 99. I mean, I have a fair bit of data for Southern California. I don't see any reason why myself or the association, if you will, can't put something together. One other thing I am working on, tried to work on, but various things prevented us, was the arches of Highway 99. There are a lot. More than I initially anticipated. I, took pictures. I wanted to get the Modesto Arch, water, wealth, contentment, health. But timing just wasn't working. Had to beat the Sacramento rush hour. Still got the arch at the south end of Fresno. Got the arch in Williams. Got the arch in Bakersfield, albeit relocated and modified.
yeah, that would be the same too as the arch in Wairika, which actually turned out to be much too narrow for modern vehicles, even at that time. But it's right there at the exit as you come into town. So it's actually it's taken off of 99, and they actually moved it to the exit as you're entering town from Interstate 5.
How on earth did I miss the Wairika arch? Because I followed US 99.
Yes, yes, but like I say, they relocated it, so it's actually not on 99. It is about 2 or 3 blocks off of it, and it's actually clearly visible from Interstate 5. So they relocate because it's a very narrow arch. When the roads got, cars got bigger, roads got wider, and that arch no longer, So, and if you'd have gone another hour north from Ashland, or 40, about an hour north, you've gone to Grants Pass, and they've still got their arch. It's been actually redone. It's the climate arch.
Yes,
Yes.
that I've seen with all the associated stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because my goal was eventually to put an article in the newsletter regarding the arches.
I think that would be really cool.
So one thing that, since I got most people here, I'm putting a request. I need photos, good photos of the arches at, well, apparently Wairika, because that's one that I was honestly unfamiliar with, which I was there. I stayed in town and somehow missed that. I need Modesto. I need I need Orland. I think I have the rest. There's not that many well, Lodi. I need Lodi. Lodi is not a 99 arch per se, but it is an arch in a 99 town. Again, want pictures. If you wish your picture included in the newsletter, please send along. Okay, so gonna go back to Michael Herman here. I think at this point, we may have to postpone the remainder of the presentation, which honestly, it's been wonderful thus far. So I'm gonna hand it over to Michael Herman again. And what do you say?
Yes, Michael, I think that'd be a good idea, although now the internet seems to be staying up here.
You were saying. Well, it was.
Going out about 4 times in 5 minutes there for a while, but
Okay, so maybe not. Yeah, the last part unfortunately was I didn't get a word.
oh, it's very frustrating.
Yes, I agree. Okay, well, so a couple things. So one thing I will announce as well in regards to the 99 Association. So, it's a lot of work putting all this stuff together. Maybe I announced it earlier, but gladly announce it again. It's a lot of work putting this together. And so our meetings are online meetings. Eventually we'll have some in-person ones, but right now online meetings are going to be bi-monthly. I haven't quite figured out the schedule just yet. The first Tuesday of the month so far has worked out fairly well. So the first Tuesday of January, the first Tuesday of March, and so on and so forth. Our newsletters will also be switching to a bi-monthly format starting in 2022. So there'll be one January, February, and then beyond that, March, April, so on and so forth. Not unlike California Highways and Public Works. So with that in mind, if you have anything you want to add to said, not the presentations, but the newsletters, we welcome anything you want to add. Well, 99 related stuff. There's a lot to cover. There's a lot of interest. We're like the Ukiah-Tahoe Association. We're trying to get that knowledge out there about what's available along the highway. We have our what do we call them? The historic Highway 99 adventures. And there's a lot to see along the highway with Ukiah-Tahoe Highway. I mean, even we talk about realignments. One of them was done as soon as the past few years, where there was a section just east of the Yuba River crossing, just east of Yuba City, Marysville, where a section of highway was realigned. And some of that I traveled, so I got to travel the old alignment, which itself was a new alignment. Yeah, because the new alignment was the old alignment that I traveled was the one that was the new alignment that bypassed Timbuktu. Levels there. It's like the photo that I'm using, which I'm not sure if anybody is seeing, of my background, which is Pitt River, and you can see multiple levels of Lake Shasta. For reference, that the lake is at 889 feet in that photo. It is now 895 feet and has pretty much held steady there for the past few weeks. It won't last. The bridge, those piers will be submerged in no time, but we'll see how 2022 goes. So once again, if you're interested in the guide, it is available to 99 members. If you're a member of the 99 Association, let me know. Well, I will know if you're a member of the association, but let me know if you want a copy. It's honestly, it's really good. And yeah, So we will postpone the presentation, unfortunately, because of the issues. But it will happen, and we'll get this thing going. So again, does anybody else have any questions, or does Mr. Herman have anything to say while he has good internet connection?
No, I'd just like to say thank you for having me on today, and I apologize for these internet problems. Normally my internet is fine. Don't know what they're doing in the neighborhood tonight.
These things happen. That's a thing.
Well, we'll still look forward to seeing it regardless.
Yes.
Certainly, you know, this is the right group to be presenting to. It's right down our alley, more often than not.
And as Michael said, he does have an electronic copy of that travel guide, which is available to any of the members of your organization.
And I've just sent the email, Michael, so you'll be seeing that from me anyway.
Okay.
Oh, good.
So speaking of which, Mr. Ballard, being this is December of 2021 and coming up on the new year, speaking of membership, do we have a provision for renewing, or do we just fill out a new form?
Working on that. Because initially my idea was, let's simplify things, just do it annually by calendar year. But we didn't start our membership until March of 2021. So I haven't worked that out yet. We'll work it out in the next couple of weeks. Part of me is thinking the best option is just come March, renew, which filling out a new form, I don't think is necessary. Either way, I think the best option is probably just saying an additional $20 through PayPal or otherwise. But I haven't worked that out yet.
All right. Well, we'll figure it out.
Yes.
We know where to find you.
Yes. So, so next, the next presentation, it's possibly going to be an extension of our current presentation. I definitely would like to extend our guest speaker the courtesy of such. But I will be doing a presentation in the near future on my Northern California trip, which basically was, well, among other things, but it was go see Lake Shasta at its lowest since 1977 and follow US 99 to the best of our abilities all the way up to Ashland, Oregon, and then head south and take yet more photos and follow yet more old highway all the way down. So there's a lot of photos to go through. It's probably 2 or 3 presentations in itself. So that also, as an aside, on February 10th, I will actually be giving a presentation to the Beaumont Pass, Banning Pass Historical Society in regards to the history of US Highway 99 through the pass. Variation of the one that I gave in July here. So that honestly will be a lot of fun. Be my first in person. So that itself is nerve-wracking and interesting at the same time. And I'll be doing it right near the highway. So even better. Okay. So does anybody else have anything to say? And that includes our guest speaker who I really do apologize about all the thing. I mean, I still got to apologize. Does anybody else have anything to say? No.
No, I think I've taken up too much of the airwaves tonight as it is.
Well, that's okay, you know. I mean, yes.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I'm having trouble with my internet as well. I keep popping in and out all of a sudden. So, but I'm doing fine. Thank you, Mike, for the presentation, and thank you, Mr. Herman, for the presentation, and look forward to hearing the other part of it later.
Yes. Okay. So, you know, with that in mind, one thing I really got to say is all of what we've accomplished in the past year, we cannot have accomplished without all your help. Without the help of our members, without the help of the donations that we've received, without just the support, we couldn't have done it. It just literally could not have done it without it. And I can't thank everybody enough for that. So, we'll sign off here. Our last meeting of 2021. Looking forward to 2022. We're going to get a lot accomplished next year. One thing that we're, you know, it's kind of in the works, doing something that no historic route association has ever done, to my knowledge, and that is actually getting the splits marked, both in Red Bluff and in Sacramento. Not to mention, of course, the you know, the pine and the palm. But another thing we're working on is something that, and I'm just gonna say this, US 66 hasn't done it. They could, they have the backing. We don't, but we're gonna do it anyway. Getting the ends marked. Yeah, US 50 has a nice one there in Sacramento, pointing towards Ocean City, Maryland. US 20, I think, has one in Newport, Oregon. US 6 in Bishop. But we're going to get US 29 in Calexico and in Blaine. So I'm not sure how to deal with Washington State, but right now it's the design of the sign. But we're going to get that done. That's going to happen in 2022. I will make that happen. So without further ado, thank you all for attending our meeting. I do apologize for the issues, but these things happen. And again, thank you for all attending, and enjoy your New Year's and Christmas and all that other fun stuff. Hopefully, and one other quick thing is, if you're anywhere in the Lake Shasta vicinity, go now. You're gonna get the best view now. If you wait a month, you're not gonna get it. So take the opportunity when you can. So thank you all again, and that concludes our meeting.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Michael and Michael. That was, you know, for what it ended up being, it was still a lot of fun.
Well, thank you both.
Likewise, thank you both.
Oops.
Thank you, Michael, for putting this together, and don't feel bad about the internet and all that. I live about 2 miles from the magical spaceship and in Los Altos, and we still grapple with the internet here. So no apologies are needed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for attending. We appreciate it. And there we go.